Hi everybody, greetings from the apocalypse. Today in my series of things I wish I knew a long damn time ago, we're going to talk about what polishing wheels to use to clean up your setting when you're all done so that you get a beautiful shine around your stone, but you're not going to damage it. So I'm going to show you how to use my very favorite wheel for cleaning up my settings. This is a Swifty One Step. It's made by Contenti. It's kind of miraculous because it'll get rid of any scratches in your metal, but it won't damage your stone. And that's really the main issue that people have when they're trying to clean up. You know, they want a nice shiny finish, of course, but if you're using a stone, anything but a diamond, any of these abrasive wheels can be coarse enough to actually take the polish off your stone. Now, you really wouldn't want to go through all this effort of making a piece and then, take the nice shine off your stone. So that's why really I only use these Contenti One Steps. They're pretty fabulous. So I'm going to show you how I use it. Because I don't need to worry about dulling the stone, I can use it right up against the stone to really get that very top edge nice and shiny. I think of a setting, it's like a frame. It's a frame for your stone. And even if you don't like shiny in general, like you like more matte finishes, I have to say I do prefer a shiny edge right up against my stone. Obviously do whatever makes you happy, but I'll show you how I do it. Now, when you're using the flex shaft, I've showed you before how to keep your arms and wrists and everything flat on the table so you're nice and comfortable. And we're going to work right in here. So if you're looking at the top of this bezel, sort of like a clock, essentially, the easiest place for you to work when you're right-handed, you'll have to flip this around if you're left-handed, is between, I would say, around 2 and 4 or 5. Like right in this section right here is the easiest spot to get to and see what you're doing. So normally what I do is I work in this little section, and then I rotate the ring a little bit, and I work in the same spot all the way around. And that way I can be sure I've covered everything. Now, when you're using any kind of wheel, even a really fine one, it is abrasive to some degree in the sense that if you just hold it in one spot on your nice bezel, you're going to eventually get a dip, and dip is not what you want. What you're trying to do is take out, these very small little variations to give you a smooth edge. So you really want to keep the wheel moving. So normally what I do is first get myself in a nice comfortable position and shove any crap out of your way. And I'll start at the top of the section and sweep it to the bottom of the section, just like this, because that's how you're going to get a smooth effect. If you hold in one spot or you kind of bounce up and down a lot, you'll notice that it'll get shiny, but it won't really get smooth. So let me show you how I do it. Turn on my flex shaft. Okay, I'm nice and braced. You see what I mean? Top to bottom of that little section. I rotate it a little bit. Rotate it again. And if you slip, don't worry too much. It's just going to leave a shiny mark, which more than likely you're going to want it shiny anyway. And even if you don't want it shiny, all you have to do is go over the sides with like a fine sandpaper or something like that to give you that uniform matte finish. Just remember that if you do that, to keep your finger or some tape over the stone, because again, any kind of sandpaper or anything like that that's too abrasive can take the shine out of your nice stone. Okay, so you see how you just work your way around, always working in that easy and comfortable spot. And again, I don't have to worry about taking the shine out of my stone, so I can literally just work right up against there. And I hope this shows off reasonably well, but you're really going to get a beautiful shine. And to me, that really shows your stone off. Okay, I'd already done a little bit of pre-polishing, so there's really not too much to do on this one. But then you can just take a look at it, and if you see any sections that look any different or need a little more love, then you can just go back over it. But usually this final polishing really doesn't take very long. It's really just a couple of minutes because you shouldn't have dinged it up too much. And I guess maybe in some other videos we'll talk about how to not ding up your bezels too much when you're setting. But I really highly recommend this. I'm not getting a kickback from Contenti, I promise, but They're the only thing on the market that'll give you a beautiful high shine and yet won't scratch your stone. So it's really helpful if you're a beginner especially and you're worried that maybe your hand control is not so perfect and, you know, what if I slip and what if I hit my stone? So you don't have to worry about that, and that's why I recommend it to all my beginners. But I have to say I use it too because, I mean, anybody can slip. It can happen to the best of us. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed.